Hi, this is Tom Kane, the voice of Jedi Master Yoda. And this is Inside the Force. Listen, you will. Foreseen it I have, yes.
It is a period of Star Wars mania, as new movies, comic books, novels, and TV shows populate the system. Fueled by their love and passion for the galaxy far, far away, two exceptional geeks tap into hundreds of holocrons in order to bring you the knowledge and insight of all things Star Wars. Come and join them as they go inside the Force.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. Welcome to Inside the Force this week, and what a topic that we're going to talk about. Obviously, that pretty much every podcast, Star Wars podcast, is talking about this. Every Star Wars outlet is talking about this. The brand new full trailer from Star Wars The Force Awakens.
It's the final trailer, right?
I think it's the only one we're getting.
The
full trailer that we're getting, the one and only full trailer. Which is very good because, I mean, I'm satisfied.
Oh, gosh. I'm done.
I mean, we got two teasers and a full trailer.
Yeah.
If anybody recalls, the prequels, we only got one teaser, one trailer, each movie.
Yeah.
But granted, then we didn't get trailers so far in advance either.
Yeah.
They were 6 months out.
Yeah.
You know, we got the first teaser Thanksgiving of last year.
Right. Yeah.
And then Celebration, and then now 2 months before the 60 days to the day, I think it was.
Yeah, less
before it
than
opens.
2 months now.
So, anyway, if anybody either watched the football game or watched it on TV, how'd you see it?
I streamed the game. I was watching, kind of half watching it, probably as most Star Wars fans were at that time. But because I wasn't sure if they would actually show it online if you stream
on the stream. Yeah,
but they did. Oh yeah, they did. I paused.
Did you see commercials online, right?
Yeah, but I just didn't know if it was like different set of commercials. So they like immediately kind of like what they did. They halftime. They announced it. They showed it. I paused it because I saw someone posted a link to it on Twitter, so I opened that link. So I wanted to stream it, put it on my TV. So I took a moment because I did the reaction video. So I set up everything, and then watched it on the TV, big screen.
I was recording After Gotham while we were just done. I think we were just finishing when I heard it was halftime.
Yeah.
So me and Corey, your brother, were like, I was like, do we drive home really fast and watch it on TV? But then, we were in the office, so we got 4K televisions at the monitors there. So Chad was like, let's just get it on the 4K with some surround sound. I'm like, yes. So we put it up, and man, floored. I mean, okay, so first off, though, actually, the first thing I want to mention real fast before I forget, the last episode of Inside the Force was a special edition. I just put out 115. Go listen to that. David W. Collins from Lucasfilm, LucasArts, really. He's a big gamer, works for the game stuff, does a lot of voiceover stuff, hosts at Celebration, has his own podcast, hosts the Comlink, just an avid Star Wars guy. Great conversation I had with him, over an hour-long conversation we had on all kinds of stuff, mainly about him, though, mainly about his background, how he got to be where he's at. But then, of course, we do talk a lot of Star Wars, his fandom, and what he thinks about the series and stuff that's coming out there. We will get more out of him from Star Wars, of course, after Episode 7. He's agreed to come back on, so we'll talk more Star Wars after that. But
great, awesome.
And he had not seen the Clone Wars episode yet, so we couldn't really talk about that.
Okay.
Because he was like, "Wait, does that come out today?" I was like, "It was last night, man." He's like, "Oh man, can I download it right now?"
The Rebels.
Because it was, we recorded the day after it premiered last Thursday.
Okay, gotcha.
So he had not seen it. We watched it the night before, and he had not seen it yet. But no, he couldn't reveal anything about going to Celebration next year,
right?
Which means he's probably going. But I told him, I was like, next time it's back in the States, we'll come find him.
Yeah.
But anyway, so go check that out. InsideTheForce.com, or if you got it on the playlist there, it's right there in front of this episode. So, okay, so I do want to say, though, let's get into first just initial reactions before we go through this thing scene by scene. I got to admit, I mean, hands down, I love the trailer.
Yes.
And I think the main reason I love this trailer is because I still don't know anything about the movie.
Yeah, nothing solid, nothing like explicitly
There's
told.
no plot scenarios really in this episode, in this trailer.
Not really. I mean, there's a court. You can speculate a lot. You can probably make some connections that might be true.
Speculate.
But like, yeah, nothing. I mean, I talked to my buddy Adam about this. Like, and he's it was bittersweet for him a little at first, but he's like, I'm glad that I don't know anything, and me too. Like, I'm glad I don't know.
That's exactly.
Anything.
And the reason why is because if you think about it, you know, a trailer is supposed to kind of hint and tell you what the story is
especially
about.
the theatrical trailer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This, think about it. There's no dialogue in there that actually tells where these people are going, what these people are doing, and what they're trying to solve.
Yeah, all we know is conflict, First Order versus the Resistance. That's all. And there's a super weapon involved.
And there is a super weapon involved.
So,
and we know that, we do know, well, we'll get into it mainly, but you know, we do know Kylo Ren has an agenda.
Yeah.
We do know that
the lightsaber comes back somehow.
Somehow it comes back. But, you know, it's set, all this really did, this was like a extended teaser to me.
Yeah.
It teased more about who the people are.
Yeah.
But it doesn't tell you where the people are going and what the people are doing.
Yeah.
Which is usually what a full trailer will do.
Right.
So it almost looks like we should get another trailer that's on the story. You know, usually you tease the people and then you get the story.
Yeah, but I don't want that.
I don't think we're getting the story.
I don't want it, man. I
agree with you. And I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I am completely fine with that. So initially, that's basically my initial reaction. When I first saw it, I was like, I love it, but I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, you can watch my reaction videos to see my initial reaction of it.
Go to 21network.com, go to YouTube channel. Yeah, Casey's reaction's up on there.
But no, like if you watch it, like I was just in awe the whole time. Like you know, everybody's like I felt like a kid again, all that stuff. And, you know, I'm still relatively young, but I still felt that sense of just wonder and adventure and like all that amazement of every shot, every frame of the trailer. I was just amazed and in awe and captivated by everything. All the dialogue that was in it, however little, still very impactful. You know, I was just throughout, I was asking, what does it mean? Like, this is insane. Or we're in a totally different place than episode 6. Like, you know, 30 years, of course, a lot can happen, but this is not at all how I expected the Star Wars universe to form into, because, you know, based off what I know from the books, but the expanded universe. So I was just totally thrown upside down, inside out, and still wanting more, still not knowing enough, but totally satisfied and totally ready to see the movie. Absolutely love the trailer. We'll talk about, you know, favorite moments probably later on, like my favorite shots, favorite lines. It had everything I wanted. You know, someone was asking me like, what do you want to see in the trailer? And like I was like, well, what I want to see, you know, more of Han, just some stuff with Han, like talking, you know, a little more about him, maybe just seeing it. You know, of course, I want to see more of the original characters, but I didn't expect to see Luke. I didn't expect to see so much of those guys. Honestly, I was surprised to see Leia, but that's cool. We got her on the poster, so that was enough for me. I didn't want to know too much. But I wanted to see more Kylo Ren, so I got everything I wanted. It was amazing.
Yeah, you brought up a good point, you know, about it seem a little different as far as a Star Wars.
Yeah.
You know, it's weird because I thought that too after I watched it a few times. Like, you know, yes, it's definitely it feels like Star Wars.
Yes,
but to me, it's different.
Yeah,
like it's different.
Yeah,
and what I mean by that is I went back and watched the episode 1 trailer. The very first trailer we got. The very first trailer.
Like the Gungans coming out?
Yes. I actually walked, or not walked. I actually drove 70 miles to see it in the theater, just the trailer.
Yeah.
Whenever it came out in 98, I think it was. And I remember after I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, that's Star Wars, but it's not Star Wars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a different era.
Yeah.
And this, I feel like, is a different era. You know, like, I mean, we've never had this time gap, 30 years. Mm-hmm. And it truly, as we get into it here, it truly capitalizes on that timeline because, just like Han was saying, or just that conversation with Han, it's like, there's these stories that we don't even know about.
Yeah.
Are they true? Or they, And that's what I mean by the trailer still not giving you anything, because what he's telling them, we already know.
Yeah.
We know about the Jedi. We know about the Sith.
Yeah.
We know about the whole past. That's what's so different going into this movie versus going into episode 1, because you knew how it was going to end. No matter what, Obi-Wan wasn't going to die. No matter what, Anakin wasn't going to die. You know what I mean? It's like, and you knew the mom, Padme was going to die eventually.
Yeah.
It's just, we don't know anything.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't even know the past 30 years.
Yeah.
Except what you're reading now. So it's, but I still think that, I still get a sense that there's, I think a lot of people are expecting still to see and feel the original trilogy, even though you will get glimpses of it. But I think it's going to be a whole different feeling.
Yeah, I mean, I
really do.
Yeah, this felt like an Abrams. It felt like Super 8. That kind of like it felt like an Abrams
Totally.
film.
Totally.
He's very inspired by Spielberg in that era of E.T. and Close Encounters, that kind of like adventure wonder. But he has his own
style,
his own style, his own his own visceral visual style. Yeah, it's fantastic. Like his camera movements.
Oh, absolutely.
The way he moves it and the way he tells a story through that movement. It's amazing.
And I believe he is one of those rare directors, and you make a good point. Very much like, honestly, I think he's very much like Spielberg and Zemeckis. I think they pull performances out of actors that not many directors can do.
Just the face.
Absolutely.
Particularly, there's a shot in here with Ridley, but Ridley on the Falcon. She has, it's called, we call it the Spielberg face.
Yes.
Just that pure shock, awe. You're just zoned in. Your head's kind of cocked.
He even has that when he's walking up.
Yeah, you're just kind of like, you're totally enthralled in whatever you're seeing. It's just, I love it.
It's awesome, man. Anyway, okay, so let's break this down.
Yes.
So right away it opens with obviously Rey dressed up in her scavenger garb,
young Anakin outfit.
Yeah, exactly. She's obviously powering around in a deserted Star Destroyer.
Yep.
The one that you see in the trailer. So we get first. So basically, what's happening here is we're getting introduced to, I guess, what is considered the three main characters: Rey, Finn, and Kylo Ren. Right.
Yep.
So we get Rey first. Now the dialogue is.
With is the
it's a who are you, right?
Yeah, she says, "I'm no one.
I'm no one." Now is that Leia asking that?
I don't think so. And I
don't think so?
I heard other people asking that. I feel like this is the same voice at the end of the trailer. Maybe I have to listen to it again.
See, I think the end of the trailer is Leia.
I don't think it's British.
You don't think it's Leia?
It's a British voice. I'm pretty sure. People will say that. Like, I think it's Gwendolyn Christie. I don't know. Well, maybe not Gwendolyn Christie.
No, it can't be.
It's a female, but it's a British voice. I'm pretty sure it's an English accent voice. Doesn't sound old.
I mean, if it's not Leia, then
it's
the only other person is Lupita, right?
Yeah, but it's not Lupita. She has. I mean, unless she's changing her accent.
Yeah,
she's got
because she's an alien, right?
She's an alien. Yeah. I don't think.
I think it's Leia. At least, okay. So the first line, and we'll get to it, but the first line where she says,
"Who are you?"
No. I'm talking about at the end when she says,
"Oh yeah,
the Force is calling you." Mm-hmm. Like that sounded like Leia to me. Mm-hmm. Like the last line kind of didn't, but it was kind of the same. So anyway. I don't know. I figured this sounded like this was Leia asking it.
Focus on it
because I'm envisioning that it's right after like she shows up with the lightsaber and hands it to her, and she's like, "Who are you?"
Yeah. So you're thinking, because I was wondering this too. I didn't think it confirmed or didn't deny the lineage and all that stuff. Do you think Daisy really is a daughter at this point after seeing this?
I have a new speculation.
You got a new one. All right.
I do not think that she is a Solo.
Okay.
I think she's a Skywalker.
Okay. So Luke's daughter?
I think she's Luke's daughter. That's my new theory.
All right then.
because I just can't wrap my head around how she would end up there if she was a Solo.
Yeah.
But I feel like with Luke being gone or abandoned or stolen, whatever, captured, that there's a way that he doesn't even know she exists. Just like Vader did not know that he existed.
Yeah, if they're doing that,
so I believe there could be a Mara Jade.
Yeah.
But maybe she's not around at this point. That she exists somewhere in the 30 years.
Yeah.
But she doesn't even know she's a Skywalker.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just there's no way I can't say yes or no to that because there's just no way of telling.
No,
I mean, I think,
no way. That's the only way I could.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe. I just don't believe Finn is the whatever it has the Force or is.
Yeah, well, there's a part that maybe...
I think that's throwing you off, him holding the lightsaber.
Well, throwing you off, and also later on when Han says dark side and the Jedi, it shows Finn when he's mentioned...
It does.
But,
it's throwing it off a little bit. That's Abrams, though. It's Abrams.
Yeah. So, I don't know, because I was trying to, as well as you, I was trying to justify, like, how could she still be a Solo? I was always thinking, like, it's like a prodigal daughter kind of thing, like she's just been... Maybe she left, I don't know, maybe she... Who are you? I'm no one. Maybe it's because, she doesn't know who her parents are. She feels like she's just an abandoned orphan, perhaps. I don't know. Or
perhaps.
I don't know. I mean, or there's some really dramatic family element. Leia and Han are split apart and their kids are gone. Like their family is just wrecked and broken apart.
It's possible.
I don't know. But yeah. So, I think there's still so many options out there. And I can't, I'm glad that I can't pinpoint it. I'm glad that I can't speculate and be for sure. Like, I believe this is it. So it could...
Now,
Solo Skywalker, I don't know.
What I won't put it past though, is I wouldn't put it past that Kylo Ren is a Solo.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still kind of thinking that might be the case. Yeah,
yeah. So they both have the Skywalker blood.
Yeah.
So they're both for it because I do believe that Daisy Ridley is the star of this trilogy.
Yeah. She's in the center of the poster.
Yes, she's going to be. I think, and I don't want to start any kind of controversy or anything, but this day and age, you kind of feel like they're trying to make a lot of female heroes.
Yeah,
they're bringing Supergirl to television. Mm-hmm. They're trying to get a Black Widow movie. A Wonder Woman's coming. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of the speculation about why isn't there superhero women or what I mean. So, not that Abrams is buying into that, but I think that. I think he's creating a Star Wars heroine. Yeah,
really identifying her with Luke. So many Luke.
Oh, she's the dessert. The place. That shot where she's staring in the space.
Yeah, well, that shot I think is like a match because that's not the same set. I don't think because the next shot where you see that ship taking off and it cuts to Ridley looking supposedly at it. That the shot.
That's not the same thing.
It's not the same shot. I think they're splicing two moments there, but I still felt that. Wanting to get off planet.
That's like Anakin.
Yeah, no, exactly. So it's like Anakin, Luke, and she even dresses like him. She's wearing the white, good guy wearing white. So it's exactly the same
story,
same archetype.
It's exactly it's exactly what George always said.
Yeah,
between the two. Did you see that thing did you send me that thing where it's like the poetry between the two trilogies?
Yeah.
Yes,
so many reflections.
So many reflections.
All the stories.
And he even says in an interview, "Is like this."
They're echoes.
There's an echo.
Yeah.
It's echoes. In time, there's echoes.
Yeah,
and this, I bet you, his timeline of 7, 8, 9, I bet you is kind of an echo.
Yeah, there's always that big thing you got to fight at the end. There's always that big like the Trade Federation huge blockade. The Death Star, and this one maybe the super weapon. So. Also, it all goes back to the core, and I'm glad Abrams is doing this. The core like philosophy that Lucas went to, that Joseph Campbell, all those old like mythological archetypes of like you have the old hermit, you have the skeptic, the young kid who wants to
change his life,
pursue a journey and that kind of thing. So this is all back, and so that's why I'm
and that's good. And it almost seems like who's the Obi-Wan in this?
Yeah,
it's Han.
Yeah,
he's the old guy that's educating them about the past
and to encourage
and encouraging the journey.
Yeah, that gives them.
Let's go find Luke. Let's because that's the only thing I get out of this. Not the only thing I say that, but the main thing I get out of this is about this movie, the story. Even though you don't really get it in here, but I'm speculating that you could almost call this Star Wars: The Search for Skywalker.
Yeah,
he's
the MacGuffin as he is the drive.
We're not seeing him. We're like we keep saying we're barely probably going to see him.
Yeah,
that shot of him with R2. That's probably the end of close to the end of the movie.
Maybe. Yeah.
I just think that whatever happened to him, either he's. I mean, okay. So let me ask you this: what do you of these three scenarios? What do you think? Or maybe two scenarios. Do you think he's captured, or do you think he left, or do you think he's lost? Like, because I'm now starting to believe that he is captured.
Mm-hmm.
That, and think about the scene where he's at. Right, it almost looks like Mustafar.
A little bit like he's by some kind of fire or something like that.
Yeah, I almost feel like it could be like the Knights of Ren captured him and then stuffed him on Mustafar.
That's kind of one of the things that we've been hearing too. Like some Sith race back a long time ago captured. Like back then they were saying Inquisitors or whatever. So yeah, Knights of Ren. I think he captured. Maybe he's working on escaping still. I don't know. Maybe he's feeling the awakening and he's trying to escape or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, he's definitely in trouble.
Because apparently, I mean, we don't know for sure, but apparently he's been gone a long time.
Yeah.
Like years.
Yeah.
And they can't find him, or they think he's dead. I don't know, so. Anyway, kind of moving on to the next one is Finn's kind of backstory real quick. You see the shot that's on Starkiller, right? Is that the planet?
Starkiller base there with like the same
Starkiller base, yeah. Is that the planet or just the base?
See, that's what I'm confused.
I guess it's just the base.
It's the base, but it seems like the base in the planet, it's all the same.
That's the dang weapon.
Yeah, so it's like First Order took this planet, built it into a weapon, and put their base on it.
Yes.
So it's like a Death Star as a planet.
Because it's in the database of Starkiller base. Right?
Starkiller base.
Okay.
It's an icy planet.
So it's not necessarily.
Yeah, I mean,
it could be
this, and this is the thing that I was telling you a couple episodes ago, that a big spoiler on the Star Wars website that we did not want to reveal. Because I thought it was just too revealing and surprising. I mean, I'll try to bring it up really quick. It shouldn't take me.
Oh yeah,
too long.
I can't remember what I read, but you made me read that.
Yeah.
So
it says an ice planet converted into a stronghold of the First Order. I didn't read into that too much. That just tells me right there.
It does tell you right there.
And armed with a fiercely destructive new weapon capable of destroying entire star systems. So it's a planet that is converted into a
Death Star, basically.
Basically a real organic Death Star that can destroy a whole
That's
star
no
system.
moon. Wait, it is a moon.
It's a
but
planet.
It has a
planet.
Death Star in it.
Yeah, so they terraformed this entire planet. So maybe they're using the core of the planet as
the power
part of the power of the weapon. So
they don't have kyber crystals.
I guess not. Yeah. Yeah,
they couldn't find any of those.
Yeah, but this
the last one was destroyed. The Death Star 2.
Dang. But this was like a rumor long ago that we read that there was some big new super weapon that destroys star systems, and I laughed it off.
Because, I did too.
You're like, why? This is like, I think that's a cop out. Like, how can we get better than the Death Star? Oh, let's just build a bigger one that can destroy star systems. There you go. Let's just go bigger and bigger and bigger. So, yeah, I trust the writing though. I don't know. I hate the. It is different. I'm very shocked and surprised, but based off what I'm seeing, I think I can get behind it.
I'm a little surprised with you, and you know what makes me? You know what it reminds me of?
What's that?
It reminds me of Superman Returns, because Superman Returns was the exact same movie as the first Superman. It was
Rocket.
It was no, it was Lex Luthor on a real estate scam,
right,
and he got kryptonite and hurt Superman, and Superman had to fight back. So it was the same exact movie.
Yeah.
It was just redone, and I don't feel like this is redone, but it is a little bit of a cop-out that they're using the exact same weapon, technically.
Yeah, but in this...
here's the thing.
Yeah.
How do they move a planet?
Yeah.
Because a space station, you can... I mean, the Death Star had hyperspace on it. Had hyperspace engine on it. I mean, it could move across space.
Yeah.
How do you move a planet?
I don't... Maybe they...
That is already in orbit somewhere, probably. Unless they modified it again. I don't know.
That's crazy. That's so... I mean, that's... so sci-fi. I don't know, but like, I don't know.
So how do you destroy a system unless it has long range capability or something, right?
Bounce off mirrors in space. I don't know, but that's so strange. I have no idea how they're gonna pull this one off. I hope it's not like such a dominating thing as the Death Star, because the Death Star, it was so new at the time. I'm sure no one's really seen that in movies too much, and it was such a cool. I don't want to say gimmick because that's kind of a bad connotation, but it was such a cool plot device. Like, let's revolve this around the Death Star, that kind of thing. I feel like it will still be like the big thing they have to overcome in this movie, but I don't think it's going to be as. And I have a feeling that the characters will take more of a center stage than the super weapon, more so than Episode 4 was. I think that they're going to fight against this big new super weapon, but I think at the heart it's going to be, as we've seen in the trailer, these characters and Han Solo. Way more so than any other Star Wars movie. So it's a weird plot twist with this planet super weapon, but
I gotta feel like this thing is bigger than
I think it is.
Like even Death Star 2.
I mean, it's a planet. It's on a moon.
Correct.
Size. It's a planet.
Because the Death Star 2 was bigger than the first one.
Yeah.
Like a lot bigger, but it's still dwarfed in the size of Endor.
Yeah. I think this is Endor.
I mean, it's got to be like enormous.
Yeah.
And Endor was a moon.
Yeah. So this
wasn't even the full planet in the system. So this is enormous.
Yeah.
So how do you destroy? Ain't no proton torpedo is going to destroy this thing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
no.
So
there's got to be. I mean, there's got to be something. But there's a trench, so why not go into the trench?
But I'll be curious on how they figure out how to move this thing. If this thing, because how do you destroy something when you can't move it anyway? So Finn is obviously you see him take off his helmet.
But that's a different shot, though. It's a different angle.
It's a different angle.
Which is like different. It's interesting. Like I guess they just took a different take.
Unless he did the same. Unless this is a different scene, and he's
twice.
doing the same thing. So his lines are, "I've been born to do one thing."
Yeah, I was raised to do one thing.
I was raised to do one thing. Now I don't have anything to fight for or something like that.
I've got nothing to fight for.
I got nothing to fight for.
Yeah.
So obviously is that him in the TIE fighter that's crashing?
Yeah, that's his TIE fighter. It's got to be his TIE fighter. He's escaping, and they shoot him down.
Oh, is that what you think is going on?
Because
it seems like he's from the teasers. It seems like he's on that ship with all the other stormtroopers that raid. Because he wakes up, and he's the only one alive.
Yeah. Here's what I think. Honestly, here's my speculation.
Okay.
I think a lot of this stuff comes in the first act of the movie. A lot of these shots we're seeing.
I think so too. Yeah.
So like Poe Dameron getting captured and interrogated. I feel like that this raid that they're doing on Jakku, I guess. I don't know maybe if it is Jakku, I assume it is. I don't know.
Yeah, it's Jakku.
In this probably the first scene of the movie is this battle. Stormtroopers landing with Boyega, with Finn on the planet, raiding it, fighting the Resistance. I think they captured Poe Dameron. All these interrogation scenes, I feel like, are in the beginning of the film. They do something. Boyega doesn't like it. He escapes, and then he gets on Jakku.
He frees Poe Dameron.
I think maybe that's part of it. Somehow he frees him because
because that when they cross paths there, it's like they recognize each other.
Yeah. I've seen some people making this connection. I don't know if it's a true connection, but I think there might be something there. The jacket Boyega wears, I think, is Poe Dameron's jacket. I think. I don't know, because there's other shots of Poe Dameron wearing a very similar jacket.
Oh.
I don't know. I just saw other people making this connection, and I kind of went with it to see if it makes sense. I have to check on the... actually, I can check right now.
Oh, that makes sense, because if you're saying they raided him and captured him, they might have took his jacket off, and then when he strips his stormtrooper outfit off, he
took it in the TIE fighter with him. Maybe he just took it. But let me try to bring up the Comic-Con reel, because I know in that they show a shot of Poe Dameron being taken into the to the thing,
to the prisoner thing.
I'll let you kind of try to see this, but he's wearing a brown leather jacket, and it looks like he's got like a red strap on the corner of it. I don't know, but I mean, it's close. I don't know. It might be nothing, but I still kind of feel like all this happens early on in the film.
Yeah,
and maybe that would trigger Boyega's thing, because Boyega's clearly on some kind of ship, and we saw that other shot in the previous teaser of him in the TIE fighter being attacked in the Star Destroyer. Like the Star Destroyer's in the hangar.
Yes,
and the Stormtroopers are shooting it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then he just escapes from there, and they shoot him down, and he crashes. So I think he might be a part of that raid, but something just gets to his conscience while he's back on the ship.
That makes sense.
It happens, and he escapes and crashes. So I don't know, but so yeah, he says he was raised to do one thing. What was he raised to believe in the First Order? I mean, because he's young.
That's what it sounds like to me. Or he was just raised to be a stormtrooper. You know what I mean? That's all he knows.
Yeah.
That's why there's no way. Like, I mean, we'll get to it, but I just don't see how he can yield a lightsaber.
Maybe that's the point. Maybe he just has it. Doesn't know what to do with it.
So I guess it's easy to speculate that Rey finds the lightsaber on Jakku.
Yeah.
Because Jakku is this big junk planet.
Yeah.
So the junk from Bespin somehow made its way to Jakku.
Yeah.
She finds the lightsaber. They have it on them, and then that's why maybe Kylo Ren comes back and tries to find the lightsaber or whatever. But anyway, so we see, the last shot of Finn kind of seeing the settlement down there where obviously Rey is probably.
Yeah.
So then we go into Kylo Ren. Oh, fantastic shot.
Favorite shot, I think, right here. This dolly.
Yeah, the push into the back of Kylo, and then that ultimately is the weapon, I think, turning on.
I guess so, yeah.
In the background, the red weapon. So no crystals. Some kind of weapon from, I don't know, like you said, maybe the core of the planet. But now this is where it gets interesting, because I feel like in the very beginning there was all this speculation. Remember those rumors that, Luke is a cyborg?
Yeah, I never bought that. Yeah.
Well, it's obviously Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
I think all those imageries that we saw, those sketches, those leaked images, those are all Kylo.
Yeah. So you think because we've seen pictures of him.
I think face. He is. Yes, I think that's
skin,
his face.
Just skin over.
Or he might not even have that.
Yeah.
Like we only saw the back of him there.
Yeah.
But I think I think half his face might be cyborg.
Yeah.
Because it seems like he is devoted to Darth Vader.
There's so much here in like Knights of Ren. Like I've heard some spoilers about the Knights of Ren, like the origin of the Knights of Ren. I don't know what you've heard. I won't say. I haven't
read anything.
I just heard one thing of the Knights of Ren. But yeah, the devoted, definitely devoted. The whole pop, maybe even the whole thing.
Now
to
and you tell me if it's part of what what I'm about to ask. But my only question about this is because that shot with him with the Vader helmet, everybody kind of speculated that was Luke looking at it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So he's the one that has the helmet.
Yes.
Now I have heard rumors of what his agenda is.
Yeah.
But I don't know about the whole Knights of Ren. But the question here that comes up is when he's looking at this thing and he says, I am going to finish what you started.
Yeah.
What does he believe Vader started?
Great question. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a big question.
Yeah, it could either be something specifically about Vader or the Empire or the Sith Order, Maybe that, great villain has a clear goal in mind. It's, something that you can even get behind. It's just a little twisted. So maybe his goal, he wants to finish what Vader started, but what he believes Vader started really wasn't what he was trying to start.
No.
So
does he know? His motivation's does he truly know Vader's story?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because if you truly know his story, you know that he didn't start anything.
Yeah,
Palpatine started everything.
See, I don't think
Sidious,
anybody knows that really besides the core people.
Luke is probably the only one.
Yeah.
To be honest, Luke and Obi-Wan are the only ones that really know that Sidious was. Yeah. Or the Palpatine was Sidious.
Yeah, but we can't, discount the fact that Vader was an extremely horrible person as Vader. He probably did start some stuff. Like, he worked with the Inquisitors. He was ruthless. We were in the comics. He's a very
hunt down Jedis.
Yeah, so what he started, he probably,
total domination, I guess, is the only thing.
He set something in plan, maybe. This is what it's alluding to. He set something in plan that, I guess, Kylo Ren wants to finish. If that is what he's referring to. Or it could be just, like it's just an idol that he believes tried to do something, because I have to believe that Kylo Ren is 30 years old or younger.
Correct.
So was he even alive during Vader's reign?
No.
So he just, based off what he's studied, based off what he's heard, he just wants to finish what he started, just based off stories.
I've been thinking that I would be so stoked if they introduce like Sith holocrons. Mm-hmm. Like if he's got like a Sidious holocron.
Yeah.
Or a Vader holocron.
Yeah. And honestly, maybe that's what all Saito is. Maybe he's an image on a holocron.
Very much so.
So, maybe it's not.
Yeah, who the hell is he playing?
Maybe it's not as crazy as we're all thinking. Like, he's great. He's who's say Kanan. He's not Ezra. He's just probably a big part for Kylo Ren, but just
maybe
informational purposes, perhaps.
He could be the ultimate leader, bad guy right now. Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, we do know, and this is confirmed, that Kylo Ren answers to a guy named Supreme Leader Snoke.
Okay, I did not. I don't think I knew that.
We did mention on the show.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, that's
Where'd that come
who
from?
Andy Serkis plays. Supreme Andy Serkis.
Oh, yes.
Supreme
yeah,
Leader
okay, I knew
Snoke.
that. Yeah.
So, but we don't know anything else about him really.
I still think Max von Sydow is either Kanan or Ezra.
Yeah, I felt. I
think he's-
love to believe that. Yeah,
Actually, I lean more towards Ezra.
I think the age would fit.
Yeah. I think he's more
yeah.
towards Ezra.
So,
But okay, so, but again, big question: what he's trying to finish?
yeah.
But
we're getting a job of like seeing. I think, like you said, getting glimpses of these characters. I think based off this, we know Ray's motivation. She wants to. Based off this, it seems like she wants to get off planet, wants to go on a journey, like Luke. Boyega is trying to find a path for himself, trying to find his own journey, his own mission in life. Kylo Ren is trying to complete his mission of finishing whatever Vader started. So we are getting these pieces of the new main characters.
yes.
So far, so good. I think the trailer so far is amazing.
And then it finishes Ren's kind of thing where he's interrogating Poe.
Yeah.
And I guess he's either hurting him somehow anyway, but then it kind of cuts to looks like a planet being destroyed
Yeah.
by this ultimate
Yeah, I mean,
weapon.
obvious question probably. That's really happening probably because I was thinking because just the way it's edited, like it's a fade.
It looks like it's a vision,
almost
but
like
I don't
he's putting
think
it in
is.
his mind. Yeah,
No, I think
not.
it's.
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
the actual shot of the movie.
Yeah.
So then we go to some action scenes here, which is a phenomenal scene with the Falcon and two ties that we've seen kind of little glimpses of, but going through all this wreckage, now as that's going on, you hear Han for the first time in this trailer, and you hear him saying, you hear Ridley first saying there's stories.
Yeah, stories about what happened.
About what happened, correct.
Yeah.
And he says they're all true.
Yeah. It says it's true, all of it. The dark
All of
side, the Jedi, they're real. Which that's the coolest
Yes.
lines.
So that shot in the Falcon, like you said, with Ridley.
Yeah.
And there's some digital map that's going on around them.
Yeah.
Boyega walks up to hear Han, and Han's saying, "Yes, it's all real."
So maybe because I've always wondered how does Han get involved? Because I always imagine just because I don't know why, but Boyega and Finn and Rey meet up, and they get the lightsaber. Like, oh, let's go figure out where this belongs to, and they just bump into Han Solo, and they bring him out of so and so retirement. But I think maybe Han Solo's been trying to find Luke Skywalker, and he tracks down the saber, or he somehow stumbles upon them, encourages them to and he saves the day, basically saves them. I guess they're in the ship here trying to escape Phasma and the other guys, and then he takes them to their hideout, the Resistance hideout, which seems like he's very much a part of. Totally different character Han Solo is in this character.
That's very true because how does he end up on Jakku?
Yeah,
to get them is kind of a speculation.
So the shot of Han Solo, because I've been talking to some people about this too. The character of Han Solo, so many problems with how his character's arc has been changed and written, whatever. But his character in this story is a complete 180 from the original trilogy. The skeptic. He's not a skeptic anymore. We kind of got the idea from through Jedi and through A New Hope, because he told Luke, "May the Force be with you" in A New Hope. Although he said, this is all hokey religions and that kind of stuff. But this, he's saying, no, it's real. Dark side Jedi, it's all real. It
all happened.
Yeah. So but what do you think she's asking about the stories? What stories is she talking about?
I think she's referring to. I think she's referring to the Empire.
Yeah. Pretty much everything from the previous movies.
Pretty much. I think it's. And I was explaining this to somebody at work the other day. It's still hard. It is hard to wrap your head around because you don't live, obviously. You don't live in the Star Wars universe where
you don't know. You don't
it's it's and I remember Lucas explained it the best in an interview. He talked about how, in the first trilogy, the original trilogy, it's so small scale,
right?
Like you're only following, you're seeing the universe in the rebels' eyes, where there's not a lot of them. They're in small pockets of the galaxy, and we're on Tatooine, we're on Bespin, we're on Endor, blah blah blah, real small. Well, you don't get the vastness of the galaxy until you watch the prequels.
Yeah,
and prequels was his opportunity to show the much grander part of the universe, right? The Coruscant, the center part of the galaxy, everything happens there. You have these core worlds like Corellia and Alderaan, but you have Naboo, which is a very upscale society. You have a different part of the universe, the galaxy, that we didn't see in the original trilogy. So the vast is so big, and we talked about it before too. How when something happens, no one knows about it.
Yeah, no one knows Vader.
Yeah, no one knows. He's a myth.
Yeah, Jedi. It's like people think it's just hokey religions.
Even though there was thousands of Jedi.
Yeah,
but still thousands of Jedi don't even
billions and billions of people.
There's thousands and thousands of star systems.
Yeah,
with societies, with commerce, with trade. There's no way, and it's not like they weren't police. Jedi weren't police. They weren't everywhere. They were just keepers of the peace. They went when they had to go.
Yeah. And
other than that, they were they just hung out and read, and what I mean? So
like ambassadors.
So so the fact that people that lived in the Outer Rim, which obviously Jakku is out in the Outer Rims, I mean, the Republic was never there.
Yeah.
Even in Episode 1, they're like, the Republic doesn't exist out here.
Yeah.
They don't even know about the Republic. They don't know what happens in... I mean, there's no senator from Tatooine that's in the Senate.
Yeah.
So when stuff happens, and you're getting that now in the books and in the comic books right now that's taking place after Episode 6, is that they're having the rebels trying to transition into the New Republic. They're having a hard time spreading the word that the Death Star even got destroyed.
Yeah.
That the Emperor's dead. Yeah. Because if you've read Shattered Empire, there's people in the Empire that won't believe it.
Yeah, it's like propaganda.
Like, that's not true.
Yeah.
He's still alive. We're still doing this.
Yeah.
So it's like, so she's asking because she obviously either grew up on Jakku or spent most of her life on Jakku.
Yeah.
And she just has, it's like Luke had no idea what was out there. No idea. He's stuck in a moisture farm, and this whole life. So she's obviously heard of an empire.
Yeah.
She heard of Jedi and maybe she's even heard of the dark side and the light side. I don't know. But if you really think about the vastness, and the best way I ever got explained to it was I took this astronomy class in college.
Yeah.
And I got explained this way. If you're standing on a beach and you look to your right and all you see is sand, you look to your left, if you're up the coastline, if you see all sand left and right, if you pick up a handful of sand, that handful of sand is Earth.
Yeah.
The rest is the universe.
Okay.
If you think of it that way, and you the rest of it is just the galaxy, not the Earth, not the universe, just our galaxy. So that's what this is, right? The Star Wars galaxy. They're just taking place. They're not the universe. They're in one galaxy. But if you think of it like that, I mean, there's just no way you can know everything and be part of everything. So history and by the time stuff gets to you, it is history. I don't know. If you think about it like that, I think it's easy for you to buy in the fact that people growing up after the fall of the Empire, that you have no idea what happened with the Clone Wars. You have no idea about Jedi, because Jedi haven't been around for 50 years by that point, close to 50.
Counting the by the time Episode 7 hits.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
30, and then you're talking another 20 or so from Episode 3.
Yeah. There's
no Jedi at all. So this whole generation that they are, Finn and Rey, they've never heard of one.
Yeah.
And so, it's just hard to imagine that. But anyway,
No, man, that's perfect. I think that's perfect explanation.
So, but anyway, but Han obviously has lived. But see, that's the thing too. Is even Han. What did we say he was born?
When 7 or 8 years before
Episode 3?
Yeah, I guess.
Is that right? Yeah, because he'd be 20, 25.
Late 20s.
Yeah,
mid
mid 20s, mid late 20s. So yeah, so he has some knowledge of he lived through the Clone Wars actually, probably, right?
Yeah. Childhood, yeah.
Yeah, so he was a childhood. So
he would have known.
So he is old enough to be able to say, yes, there was a time when Jedi was around. There were a time when the Empire ruled everything. Anyway, so but he's one of the few, you know.
Absolutely.
Now, I thought this was a very interesting shot.
Oh, yeah.
The reverse hyperspace.
Was that what that was? I thought something was weird about it.
It's reversed. They're not going in. They're not going away from the screen. They're coming towards the screen.
Yeah, because you usually see those stars
come
from
towards
their
you.
point of view. Like,
so they're going the other way. We're seeing the other side, which I thought was, whoa. I was like, that is crazy.
Yeah.
So they're entering hyperspace.
But we just, from a third-person point of view, just kind of like.
Yeah, normally we see it. Look, we see
right
it from back
them.
here.
Yeah, behind
now
them.
Where the camera's over here.
Yeah, we've never seen it before.
No, never.
Cool.
And I'm still bummed about that. That, just a side note, you know, I think we mentioned it a long time ago in there, but the original trilogy does not do that at all.
No.
Ever.
There's like, I think they add a shot of like when it becomes that like blue tunnel-ish, like this little kind of effect.
No.
Because I've seen that somewhere else.
In the original trilogy, they do it in Rebels all the time.
Yeah.
Whenever they're in hyperspace, they show that all the time in Rebels. There's never it's always, they just take off. Very disappointing. Anyway, the next shot, I thought was fantastic. It's a really quick glimpse. Mm-hmm. But if you looked at this shot,
I actually didn't see it the first couple times I saw it. I watched another video where they pointed it out.
Where
with the
so Kylo's standing there with a bunch of looks like knights.
Yeah, I just
knights.
See, again, at first I thought it was just like stormtroopers and that was it. You know.
Yeah, but
after watching it again and again.
Yeah, but do you see something else
all around them? Yeah, there's tons
all the freaking bodies everywhere.
Dead bodies all around them.
Yes, so
yeah, and each one of these guys have like some kind of weapon, like guns or a big weird hammer thing or like a big staff. They just did something horrible in this.
So it's pretty obvious too that Kylo somehow has manufactured this lightsaber.
Yeah,
because it's not a traditional crystal lightsaber. I don't think. Because obviously people are speculating. Well, wow, is this the way the lightsabers look now? No, because the blue one looks exactly like it normally does.
Yeah.
So somehow this is not a traditional lightsaber.
He's just, I guess, like a wannabe. He's trying to.
Yeah. Well, he probably didn't know how to. I don't know. Maybe or he found this one. We speculate this might be an old relic, actually.
Yeah.
Like from the old Republic or something like that. I don't know. So then we get the shot of the X-wings.
Yep.
Over the water, getting an attack formation. Coming you see the reverse, which is awesome.
I actually didn't notice them in the background.
Oh, you didn't?
And then for a little while, I was like, that is awesome. That's a scary, daunting thing to see all these guys in the water kicking up behind them, coming at you. That's really cool looking, man.
Now, what's crazy is that if you see the shot still, like, there's fire and stuff going on. So there was already a battle.
Yeah.
Where the stormtroopers are standing.
Troops or something.
So, they either wiped out the first wave of resistance or wiped out something, and then now the reinforcements are coming.
And the Black Squadron, I guess, is
the Black Squadron. Yeah. So there's just a lot of shots here of a battle, and this is you want to talk about space battle. These are space battles.
These are some intense dogfights. A lot of
tense
dogfight shots in this. Like,
yes.
Again, I had to think that maybe, I don't know I don't know. But I was going to say maybe this comes earlier in the film, but Poe Dameron's, I'm pretty sure, involved with that fight somehow, so who knows? But yeah, it's really...
Oh, this is after, though, he got rescued.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
So,
but, talking again with one of my coworkers, fellow huge Star Wars geek, talking about how the realistic dogfights in this, where, you shoot a TIE fighter, it doesn't just instantly blow up, like how we got in the originals, or even, sometimes even the prequels. there are shots where these X-wings are shooting the ties and nicking it off bit by bit. You know, it's hitting the one wing, spins it a little bit, and then it shoots it and blows up. Like, it's so realistic and so.
Yes.
Like, I can only imagine what Rogue One's going to feel like.
Oh,
like,
man.
You know, like getting these glimpses.
That's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah.
Then we get another shot of the explosion on Jakku with Ren and Rey and Finn.
Yeah.
And now this is an interesting shot.
Yes. Let's talk about this one.
Yeah. So this is obviously, you know, the beginning of the search. Now I can only guess that they as in Han and Finn and Rey and BB-8, they're walking by this mechanical droid. Looks like.
Yeah.
But this is something to do with the pirates that we've seen in Vanity Fair.
Probably, yeah.
This is that place where they're going or something like that we see in Vanity Fair where they're all there, I guess, all the aliens. I'm assuming because all their flags are hanging.
Yeah.
And one of them is a Mandalorian.
Yes. That is crazy.
Is Boba Fett in there?
I don't know, man. That's crazy, though. I mean, wouldn't that be a cool, like... What you can imagine the theater would be like just a quick glimpse of like Boba Fett, like they just look at each other and nod or something like that. You know, like just like they just understand like.
Or what if it was?
I see
or what
you.
if it was Tamara Morrison?
Yeah, just you see him with his helmet off.
Yes.
Like, I just can't.
Does Han even know if that's what Boba Fett looks like?
Maybe, you know, if he's had some dealings with him before, but like that would be the coolest thing.
It
but
would be.
I don't know if I don't expect it to happen, but you know that would be so awesome.
I've heard rumors
that he'll be in this.
Well, I've heard rumors that he is possibly going to be Boba Fett in the Boba Fett movie they're talking about. They've been talking to Tamara Morrison.
Yeah.
You know, about coming back for that. Awesome. So, but anyway, but that's why I'm assuming this is that.
Yeah.
The pirates that they're walking into. So, when is there dialogue going on right now? I can't remember.
I think this is
because the next shot is the one.
Han Solo's, I think, is still talking like dark side and like.
Oh yeah, dark side. Okay, so
the Jedi. Actually, that just indicates
they're all real.
Said, they're all real. Is what
yeah. So now we got that shot of Luke again, which we think is Luke. I think it's Luke, but Luke and R2. See at a very rocky lava planet looks like or something.
Yeah.
Big old fire going on.
Yeah.
Kylo Ren's ship is landing, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I want to buy this thing. I almost bought this thing. It's at the Disney store. So it's the raid there. You know, we shot Captain Phasma there. Another shot of Kylo Ren with his lightsaber that we've seen before, striking down. Now we get to this shot.
Yes. What's happening?
Rey, Daisy Ridley looking up, crying. Now, there's a lot of light on her.
Yeah.
So
it's a ship or something.
Yeah,
or
it's not normal like just sun or moonlight or anything.
Yeah.
So, or is that the blue lightsaber? I don't know. You know,
I think
probably
it's got
not.
some ship
It's
or some
kind of
docking
ship.
bay opening.
I agree. Who is laying there?
Is that a person? Do you think that is actually, in fact, like 100%?
Well, there is
something?
a jacket. That's the jacket. That's a jacket.
Jacket. So you do believe it? Say, I don't think it's
But
distinguishable.
over here, it looks like there's hair.
Yeah.
And it looks like it could be Chewbacca.
It could be because you see almost like a bandolier type of thing.
Yes.
I don't think it is Chewbacca, although it could very well be. I'm not like gonna throw my chips into saying that, but maybe I just don't want it to be Chewbacca. But you know, because when I first saw that, I was like, "Is she crying over a dead body?" But then watching it, I'm like, I don't even think that's a body. I don't think that's anything there. Maybe it is just a jacket or something. Or then after hearing all the rumors and all the speculation, not necessarily just rumors, but just speculation. Could it be Chewbacca? You know, is she crying over Chewbacca? Does she even become that close to Chewbacca throughout the movie to where she would be crying over him? You know, I don't know. I can't say, you know, with any certainty that either that is Chewbacca or it is anything at all. But it does look like fur. It looks like some kind of hair fur. You know, we keep talking about Han Solo getting, you know, biting the dust in this movie. Maybe it's Chewbacca.
I'm kind of feeling like it's Chewbacca.
I mean, that honestly, I don't say that makes more sense, but I guess I could see that more likely just because, but this shouldn't be a reason, just because that happens in the books.
Correct. It does.
Because 35 years post-Jedi, Chewbacca dies.
Yes.
So this is 30 years. Chewbacca could die if they are considering it at all the EU. That would make sense. But
now, how does he die in the EU?
It's totally different. Usain Vaughn comes and it's like a crazy.
Oh.
It's super insane. He gets crushed by a moon basically. So this is totally not going to be the same scenario. But I don't know. I mean,
now, let me just say this too, and I hate to say it too, though, but a lot of speculation that Han dies, and a lot of people, I think, even ourselves, have said how that would just eat at you. Die. It would be. I mean, obviously, we wouldn't hate it, but I mean, it would be emotional. But the problem is, if you think about it, how emotional would it be if Chewbacca dies?
Yeah, it's like an animal getting killed.
That's pretty heavy.
Old Yeller's getting shot. But,
and it's funny the way I see this right now. Like I see that's him. Yeah. For some reason, I see and I see that Ridley maybe put the coat over him.
His face?
Yes.
His face or something like that? Because
think about it. Just bear with me here. Like, what do you think? Does that not look like his nose?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I can
you know what I mean?
Like, I can see this. If I look at it that way, I could definitely see it. I can definitely see that's his hairy body below on the right side of the frame. But, I'm looking for that. So, I don't know. I mean,
gosh, that's tough.
Like, would they put that shot in there? Why would they put that shot in there?
I don't know.
They would have to assume people would think.
I think they're trying to hide it, but
I think they're smarter than that. But I mean, who knows? Maybe they want people to kind of start thinking,
maybe it's a random Ewok that they found.
Yeah, no, right? Yeah, it's Wicket. Warwick Davis is in this, so maybe he's Wicket again. But
maybe.
Maybe they're trying to condition people to the fact that, hey, prepare yourself. Chewbacca might die. So
someone is going. That shot is clearly saying someone is dying.
Yeah, I think that has to happen. With not saying like someone has to die, but I think with the story, if you want to make it real, no one's safe. So you have to kill somebody. I
wonder if Finn dies.
No, I'm okay with one of the big three. That would be a shock. That would tell me no one is safe. Not even Luke or Han or Leia or anybody. That is a real story to me. So why not let something tragic happen like that?
I think it's Han or Chewie, though.
Yeah,
I think it's one of them.
Maybe that's Han, and that's Chewie's body, but he's like close by, just like hunched over. Han. That's
maybe
Han's jacket.
Maybe it's both of them.
Oh my gosh, man! What are you doing?
I don't know. I mean, that scene. It seems like it's right around the scene where Kylo Ren's attacking him.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, the next shot too is a 3-shot, which is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, Chewie is hurt in that shot.
Chewie's hurt. Yep. So we get a good shot of Chewie, Han, Finn.
Oh yeah, I love that. I love Chewie in that.
Yeah.
I just think he's like his. You can get really expressions from Chewie, but like I read a lot of emotion in Chewie right there. His mouth opening at the end, like it's cool.
Now the next few shots are, like you said, some dog fights. We get a good shot of BB-8, the back of the X-wing, with some ties coming in. Now we're back on the planet.
Yeah, Starkiller
base with a big old trench.
Yeah.
That's that shot of Poe Dameron getting ready, and it's just, I mean,
new trench run here, maybe.
I mean, it looks like a trench run.
Yeah,
and it looks like
it looks
like a Death Star with a plane with terrain on it.
Yeah,
basically.
Right, yeah.
Wow, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, Death Star with terrain.
Death Star with terrain. So, then we get a shot of stormtroopers running out. Rey is shooting somebody violently.
Yeah.
At this now we're back on a forest planet, so I don't know.
There's a lot on this planet.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it the same? It's not the same planet, I'm assuming, right?
I mean, you have I don't know with the fight.
It's where the resistance is.
I guess so.
That other first dog fight. So it seems like there's 3 locations, which is typical for a Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Looks like there's Jakku, this planet, and then the Starkiller base.
Yeah.
And then a Star Destroyer or whatever.
Yeah. It's about 3 or 4, perhaps, maybe, unless we see something else.
I don't know if we'll ever go, well, spoiler.
Okay.
Just in case. You guys skip about 10 seconds maybe, but spoiler, in one of the books,
yeah,
the New Republic is not set up on Coruscant.
Mm-hmm.
They're set up on Chandrila.
Okay.
Where Mon Mothma is the Chancellor.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we'll ever see that, obviously. I don't know if we'll ever see Coruscant anymore in this, or whatever happened of Coruscant. Because in Aftermath, they're still policing it, almost like the Empire's still around, but we'll see.
Interesting.
So like where we see Leia, like where's Leia? Leia's probably on this planet.
Leia on this shot here.
See, at this point, I don't know if Mon Mothma is still around.
I wouldn't think so. I think
Leia may be the Chancellor now.
Yeah.
So anyway, then we had a great shot of X-wing just gunning down a stormtrooper.
Yes, man.
I mean, that was
never seen that.
Freaking crazy. He's just like
stormtrooper's trying to fight it too.
Yeah, he just shoots it. That similar shot of Kylo Ren turning around. We got some craziness there with the Falcon.
That's gonna be a crazy chase. I feel
like.
Yeah.
Then we got a bridge blowing up here. Do you see the mouse droid?
Yeah. Why are they still using mouse droids?
That's awesome. Yeah. Keep the mouse droids.
Like clear. This is a child of the Empire. They're still using mouse droids.
So what do you think of the Han Leia shot here?
I love it, man. That's what I've wanted. I want that. It could still happen where, yes, maybe they're not together, they're not married, whatever. And maybe they still kind of have a thing, but it's like they're apart. But I didn't want to believe that they straight up had a horrible relationship and they broke off, they hate each other. Because I was reading some of that. I wanted to see something like this because just the romantic in me, I guess. I wanted to see this, and so I love it.
Definitely, it's definitely been 30 years.
Yes, it has.
I mean, it's it's not the young Han and young Leia.
And it looks like Han, except Harrison Ford's. By studying Harrison Ford's acting, I feel like that's his crying face, or his close to crying face. So something horrible has happened in this part here. Something tragic has happened.
Actually, yeah, you just said it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going with I'm going with the other guy dying.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think that's
So I just accidentally convinced you of something I didn't even want to believe in.
You did just convince me right there, because
I
didn't know really Han's or Harrison Ford's crying face, but I do think I see it there.
Yeah,
and he's hurting.
Yeah,
and
So you think Chewie's dead?
I think Chewie's dead.
I mean, I can get behind it. I hate to say it, but I can get behind it.
I think that's Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Wow. Good observation. That's good.
Yeah.
So obviously we get the end here. Now this was curious to see. We see Boyega obviously fire up the lights, and we've seen this already in the Instagram post. But now he's getting attacked.
Oh my gosh, this is
with a unmasked Kylo Ren.
Yep.
We see in Adam Driver's, fro here.
Yeah.
As he approaches,
and this is still the same part. So at some point he gets decloaked and demasked.
Yes.
Something happens. Maybe he just takes off himself, probably, but
he might. That might be a conversation or something like that. And he kind of reveals who he is.
Yeah, and interesting. Earlier you said Kylo Ren is the cyborg, because I was trying to go through this frame by frame to see if I could just see his face, and I was thinking watching this, it looks like he still has some kind of mask on, in the front part. I mean, if he is a cyborg, that could just be the cyborg part of his face.
But when he turns. Does he turn a little bit?
You see just a few frames towards the end, you see the red reflecting off his face. I could be reading too much into it, but the coolest part, besides just this fighting, is Boyega's reaction to everything. He just looks like he
looks terrified,
way in over his head. So he's
I don't know how he survives this.
Yeah, so maybe he doesn't last very long, and he gets rescued somehow by Chewbacca, and Kylo Ren kills him,
or Luke shows up.
Oh gosh, Luke just is stop.
Yeah,
no. Stop.
But we do got to talk about the dialogue. So this is that dialogue where somebody is saying to somebody, the Force is calling you. Let it in.
Yeah, just let it in.
Just let it in.
That's why I feel like this is the same person from the beginning. I don't know.
I think it is from the beginning, but I think it's Leia.
Yeah, I'll have to listen to it again.
And
I've heard that, but I just didn't know if it's...
Leia tried to do a British accent a little bit.
That one scene, though, man. I don't know if she's going back to it.
Maybe. Hey, it's been 30 years.
No one knows.
Maybe she married a British guy. But I think it's. I'll speculate that I think it's Leia talking to Rey.
Okay.
Rey obviously I think has Force powers or is Force sensitive, and again I think because she's going to be the star of this trilogy. I think so.
If it is Leia, then begs the question: how much of the Force does she know about? So
I think she knows a little bit.
She's studied
before whatever happened to Luke.
Yeah,
She got educated a little bit,
mm-hmm.
but again, just I don't know. It just doesn't. It just brings up a lot more speculation, a lot more questions.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't lay out exactly what the movie's about.
Yeah, I'm so curious because I feel like I have an idea of what will happen, but all our answers are going to be all of our questions will be answered in less than 2 months. So I'm excited to see what's true. What's not true.
We got to admit, considering there's some doubles in here, but the three cheesers have only given us about 5 minutes of footage.
Mm-hmm.
5 minutes.
A lot of the same scenes,
and it's all from the same stuff.
Yeah,
yes,
pretty
absolutely.
much. I love that.
There's like 2 hours of stuff we don't even know about.
Yeah. So Fandango or Cinematic website is clocking this in at 140 minutes.
Yes.
So if they're rounding it up,
216 is what is listed on the movies.
Yeah. So that's fine. That's totally cool.
That's a typical Star Wars movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that puts up around the third longest or something like that.
Yeah.
I think if
it is 216, it'll be the third longest.
Sith is the longest. And then Revenge of the Sith.
Clones is longest, isn't it?
No, Revenge of the Sith was the longest. I think that was 235.
I can't remember. But
Clones was the second longest, right?
Probably. I have to find out order again.
Yeah, and then I think this one. And then maybe Jedi was pretty long, actually.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just ecstatic. I can't even contain myself.
Yeah,
2 months away.
This is crazy.
We've been talking about this, because I want to say, guys, take me back. Did we started this podcast before the buyout, right? Or was it after the buyout? It was after the buyout. So the buyout happened in 2012 then.
Yes.
Yeah, the end of 2012.
Like November-ish.
Yes. And we started this that following year.
Like around, March.
March-ish. Yeah. So we knew the movie was coming when we started this thing. But man, think about it. It's been over 2 years then.
Yeah.
Since we started this thing and talking about this movie, and we're 2 months away.
Yeah.
Now, if you read all the stuff like we have, box office websites have been crashing.
Mm-hmm.
Ticket sales are going out the roof. We are seeing it Thursday night, 8:00.
Earliest
here in Kentucky.
as you can.
The first showing.
Yep. There are, I think, earlier showings for IMAX and IMAX 3D. I think there were some early ones.
I think in 3D too. There's an early show.
Yeah.
There's a 7:00 showing.
Yeah, I'm okay with
but
that.
We're doing 2D. I'm actually doing 3D on Friday with the company thing. So I'm going to see it both ways, even though if I had a choice, I'm not really thrilled about seeing it 3D, to be honest. But I'll see it differently. But then I'll see 2D the rest of the week.
Forever and ever.
Yeah. So again, I'm off the following week, the whole Christmas week. So I'm going to be seeing this thing a ton.
Yeah, I won't be able to see it on Saturday. So I got the 8:00. I got the 11:00 of later.
See, now you're gonna have a tough time getting a good seat because you're gonna have to walk right out of there into the theater.
I'll have about 40 minutes.
No, you won't.
Right, 2 hours. Well, between showings, right?
No, because you think about it, there's going to be 15 minutes of previews probably.
Yeah.
So the movie's not even going to start till 8:15. Mm-hmm. 2 hours is 10:15. 2:16 is like 10:35, 10:40.
I got a ticket and it's just me, so I only need one empty seat. I don't care if it's in the corner.
Oh, what's Sarah's gonna leave?
She will leave. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Her
so I mean, you'll walk right out, maybe go to the bathroom, and then walk right back in. I won't be able to do that. I'm gonna wait till I see it Thursday afternoon or Friday afternoon, and then I'm probably I might try to see it Friday night.
I'm seeing it 6:20 Friday.
6:20. Yeah, I won't be able to do that. I have a Christmas party that night.
Okay.
But I might be able to go late that night. But if not, I'm going to probably see it.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to see it Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
I won't be able to see it Sunday, and then I'm going to go again Monday.
Yeah. I didn't buy any other tickets because I was just going to kind of wait. But,
I mean, ours aren't going out of sale or out of or selling out.
Yeah.
You're talking about major cities probably doing
that.
I mean, people are being stupid and buying them and selling them on eBay. Have you seen this?
No, I assume it's happening, but I haven't actually seen it.
There's people listing like 3 tickets for like $300.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh man. I mean, that sucks. That sucks. But you know, that's the thing is hopefully someone I guess the money's there. They were purchased, so it doesn't matter if people don't show up or not. But I just think the repeat thing of this is just going to be ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that's our take on the Star Wars trailer, The Force Awakens.
Mm-hmm.
If you got any opinions, throw them our way. Anything we're going to say. I think now that we've kind of talked it through, it's like, to me, it's I say we don't even do that.
That's fine.
But I think after talking it through now, what I have taken out of this is I think Chewbacca dies.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think that Rey is a Skywalker. And I think that Kylo Ren is a Solo.
Okay.
That's kind of what I'm, because, and part of me,
a lot of bets.
And Finn is something. I don't know what Finn is.
Well, who could he be?
I don't know, but see, the problem is that they've put out there that the reason they're not releasing last names because it would give away too much.
Yeah.
So Finn's last name is a Calrissian. I mean, I don't see it. I don't see it that way.
There's a lot of the Force is mystical and all that stuff, but like bringing all these people back together. Like,
what if he was Windu's descendant? Windu's descendant.
Ooh, grandson of Mace Windu.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Wow. Yeah, he broke the rules too.
Yeah. Anyway, no, I think those are really the only things I can really come out of it. And I don't know what the story's about, so don't even go there. But somehow I think Luke gets found or emerges, and he's going to start training Rey in the ways of the Force. Yes. His daughter. Yes. And we're going to learn in a book or in a comic series, we're going to learn about Mara Jade.
Okay.
Because I think she's coming. Because the only reason I say that, too, is at Celebration, when we were at that book panel, someone said, when are we getting Mara Jade? And they said, we cannot comment on that. So she's coming. Yeah. She's going to show up.
The theater's going to be so loud.
Yeah.
It's so many moments, I'm sure. Little nuggets like that. Like if Luke says, like, I had a wife, her name was Mara. And they're like, what?
Now, what time do we have to get there?
I don't know, man. Like, and then it's Thursday, so maybe I can take off work that day if I have to. If it's the Thursday.
What time do you get out of school?
School ends at 3:10. I could leave at 3:10 probably.
I'm telling Jeb, me and Jeb were talking about it, and I told him, I was like, I think we can leave work at 5. Unless we hear otherwise that there's like a line forming.
I'm going to try to leave as soon as possible.
I think I'd like to get there between 5 and 5:15.
Okay.
And get in line. That would be, that would be like 2.5 hours before we get into the theater. I don't know if that's enough time, but
I don't know.
Because do you think? Because that's the thing is like people during episode 1 were camping out.
Yeah. Do you need to camp out these days? Even to get a good seat, you don't need to camp out to get a ticket now, but just to get a good seat.
That's true because there weren't pre-sale tickets then.
Yeah.
So you had to guarantee you're going to get a ticket. Well, if you have a ticket, you're getting in.
Yeah.
It just matters of what seat you're getting.
Yeah.
I got to get a good seat.
Yeah. We got to be within the first, you have to be within the first like 20, 30 people.
Well, yeah.
Everybody's going, if you want that, if anybody knows, I feel like a lot of people like to get in the center. I don't know. Maybe I'm not thinking.
I mean, we're in a big auditorium.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big seater. So anywhere, there's like 6 rows there that are good center seats. So, which is probably about 60 people?
Probably.
Yeah. 60, 70 people
probably
maybe?
More than that. If you're talking about from row to end to end, more than that probably.
What's end to end? 15, 20?
Probably more than 20, yeah. So I would say
about 100 people probably. Yeah. I mean, a theater hole is probably like 400 people?
Probably. Mm-hmm. The really big ones, yeah.
Yeah, so that's a good question. Anyway, all right. Thanks for listening to this edition of this episode of Inside the Force, InsideTheForce.com for all the shows. And again, go listen to our last episode with David W. Collins, where we talk about all kinds of Star Wars stuff with him. We got it's been and it was funny what he said too. One cool thing was that he said because he's worked on the games, like he had read the scripts for episode 2.
Oh yeah,
he saw like early drafts of episode 3. He said this is the first movie where I don't know anything about.
Yeah.
So he's like stoked about seeing.
Awesome.
So go check him out on the Comlink. That's his. They're actually been off the Comlink for about 5 or 6 months, and they're just now restarting it again. They kind of get it up for episode 7 here. So, well, is it episode 7? I don't even know if it's episode 7 anymore.
Force Awakens.
TFA. So, all right. Any last thoughts about it?
There's my last thought. Lightsaber sound. It's just so awesome. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Mine's
What's
racing.
that other movie coming out? Batman versus Superman?
Yeah, no.
Like, I don't
What's
even.
Marvel and DC doing nowadays? I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care. All right, thanks guys for listening. Follow us at Inside the Force, Twitter and Facebook. He's Kryptonian1138. I am D Cottingham21. Go check out Casey's reaction to the trailer on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/21network, as well as all the other videos and shows we have on that channel, 21network.com for all the podcasts. All right, we will be back next week to talk more about whatever speculations comes from this, as well as reviewing some comics that are coming out this week. And of course, whatever news we got leading up to the movie. Now, the only thing I can think of that's going to be coming now is you're going to get some interviews from some cast members that are going to be going on some night shows
TV
and stuff like
maybe.
that. Maybe a TV spot here and there. But
Battlefront.
oh man, I can't wait for that. That's right, Battlefront. That'll hold me over for a little bit. Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. He's Casey.
Kid, I've flown from one side of this galaxy to the other, and I've seen a lot of strange stuff, but I've never seen anything to make me believe that there's one all-powerful force controlling everything. Because no mystical energy field controls my destiny. It's all a bunch of simple tricks and nonsense. Han Solo, man.
Han Solo.
MVP.
Yeah. All right, guys. For Case,
Goodbye, everybody.
I'm Dave, and may the Force be with you.
This has been a production of the 21 Network. For more great podcasts, visit 21network.com. To view additional content, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/21network. Follow us on Twitter at 21network for the latest news and updates. The 21 Network, for the fan and all of us.